Good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you are doing well. I'm driving, as you can tell, on my way to do some grocery shopping. And as you can tell by the title of this video, oh my, Michelle, video, that I am down 50 pounds. Now, it's hard to say exactly when I started, because I didn't start anything in particular. I didn't start a exercise program or a diet of any sorts. I just would, I've always kept an eye on the scale. Not sure why, because again, it's never like I started a program, but I would weigh myself periodically. And I know what I weighed roughly right before I had my emergency colostomy performed back in November. And knowing what that number was and what it is now on the scale, it's 50 pounds difference. So yes, I've lost 50 pounds by not dieting, with no exercise, because again, I have been for the last 7 months now dealing with either a colostomy bag or recovering from 2 massive abdominal surgeries where I have an incision on my stomach that's about 16 inches long. So yeah, it's possible. So I thought I would go over today, the things I've done to have this weight just sort of come off on its own. Now, if you've been a regular subscriber for a while, you know that Mike and I are fairly clean eaters. We don't eat a lot of junk. Years ago, like back in 2017, we quit eating things that contained high fructose corn syrup or fast food, pretty much anything out of a box. But like any normal red-blooded American, we would slip, we would cheat, we were always alcohol drinkers. We did things to sabotage any good that we were doing, and I think that is a huge problem. Everybody preaches moderation is key, you have to have balance, it's okay to cheat every once in a while. Well, I'm proof that if you do cheat, nothing happens. You lose the momentum. It's when you don't cheat and you stay kind of focused that you get results. But again, I wasn't focused on any kind of a weight loss journey. What I was focused on after I had that colostomy performed was healing my gut. So that's where the whole change started with me. I wanted the healthiest GI tract that I could get, so I could get off of that colostomy bag, have that reversed, and live a normal bowel life again. So that was my only goal. The numbers on the scale, again, were just something that I periodically weigh myself, and all of a sudden I would notice, wow, look at that number. Or I noticed my clothes were starting to fit looser. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. So right now I'm off to shop for some groceries, and I will show you what I buy when I get home, and then we'll dive a little deeper into this whole journey, if you want to call it that. Okay, I'm trying to go in my house, and there's a little baby praying mantis that was scurrying at the door, and he's turning around and looking at me. Dude, I want to get in my door. You gonna let me in? Really? All right, so I am back from my shopping. I went to 3 stores today: Target, Whole Foods, and Wegmans. I am back on a meal plan. Although I'm not going to go over the meal plan because what I'm shopping for kind of right now is, well, I guess I can. I'll put a meal plan after my grocery hauls. I haven't been meal planning since I've been eating different. I've just been going with, what I want because I haven't been working either, so I haven't really had to stay so on a schedule. But I did a meal plan for today through Monday, and then my meal plans from here on out will start on a Tuesday and go through on Monday. So I will go over that with you after I'm done the hauls. So everything that I bought today is needed for the rest of this week and then the following meal plan. There are a few things that my mother requested that I did buy for her that I have to run to her house on Saturday. And I thought there was something else I was going to tell you. I forget. Okay, let's just get into the grocery haul. So the first store is going to be Target. I got 2 8-ounce blocks of Colby Jack cheese, 2 8-ounce blocks of mozzarella cheese, a package of tricolor bell peppers, some Nut Pods almond and coconut creamer in the French vanilla flavor, 2 Naked Juices, a red machine and a rainbow machine, 2 cups of Good Culture brand cottage cheese, 12 ounces of feta cheese, and a container of the 1/3 less fat cream cheese. A half gallon of unsweet vanilla almond milk, a bottle of the Uncle Matt's Organic Ultimate Immune Juice, 2-pound container of vegetable broth, my favorite little chocolate treat, 70% cocoa truffles. The agave nectar is for my mother, some almond butter, 2 Body Armor lights, several bags of granola. The blueberry hemp and the original are for Mike, and the honey almond with probiotics are for my mother. And then 2 boxes of Pete's coffee, 1 of the medium roast Cafe Domingos and 1 of the dark roast French roasts. And then my non-food items I needed were some Swiffer Duster refills, fish oil, and another 8-pound weight. I have one. I wanted another one to make an even pair. All right, next up is Whole Foods. So I picked up some of the Ezekiel sprouted green English muffins, some frozen raspberries, and some frozen strawberries, 3 plum tomatoes, a pineapple, some coconut milk, kefir in the wild berries flavor, some Primal Kitchen brand lemon turmeric salad dressing and marinade. I'm trying this brand of cookies for the first time. These are made with almond flour, and the sugar that is used is coconut sugar, which is healthier than regular cane sugar. So I'm trying the toasted pecan and the chocolate chip. See if we like them. And then some brown rice bow tie pasta. All right, my last stop was Wegmans. So the half and half and the bagels, the sprouted wheat bagels are for my mom. And then a big container of baby spinach and blueberries for Mike and I. Hey, so I am back. Groceries are all put away. So I'm gonna go through my meal plan that I have prepared just for today being Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And like I explained earlier, my new meal plan's gonna run from a Tuesday through the following Monday because of going back to work. So tonight, and I'm going to show you tonight's dinner as I'm preparing it. So I'm gonna make some chicken kebabs. I'm doing them in the oven. I'm not doing them on the grill. They are calling for thunderstorms tonight, so I'm not gonna chance getting the grill out and having to stand out there in the lightning and grill my kebabs. But I'm gonna make chicken kebabs that have the bell peppers on them that I just bought and the pineapple that I just bought. I will do them in the oven with some barbecue sauce on them, and I'm going to make some rice on the side and some broccoli on the side. Tomorrow, Friday, I'm going to make a roast beef with carrots.
And then I am going to make the bow tie pasta that I just bought to eat with those. Put it like in the broth that I get from the beef. Saturday is going to be a skillet dinner, like everything all in one skillet that I'm going to make for Mike. I'm not going to eat it. I'll probably just eat some leftovers. But I'm going to be making some smoked turkey sausage, butternut squash, and black beans all in a skillet together with some peppers and onions. And then a vegetable on the side as well. I'm not sure what vegetable I'm going to make for him yet, but it'll be a green vegetable of some kind. Sunday, I'm going to make another one of the Oriental salads for Mike. I have posted that on my channel recently. He really enjoys that salad, and we'll do some kind of fish. And then Monday is now going to be my new leftover day, where it used to be Thursday because of shopping on Friday. It's now going to be Monday because of shopping on Tuesday. So that's my meal plan for the next 5 days. So on to the real part of this video, the weight loss and how I've managed to do it. Well, like I said, I didn't start out planning on losing any weight. It just kind of happened on its own. And I know you're thinking right now, I hate people like you that just lose weight without even trying. But I'm sorry, I hate those people too. But it just happened, and it all started with trying to heal my belly after this emergency surgery last November. I want to grab 2 books that I want to show you. Hold on a second. Okay, so the 2 books that I read that kind of started it all. I think I have mentioned these on my channel before. I know I've posted both of them on my Facebook page. So the first one that I read was called Eat Dirt by Dr. Josh Axe. Josh Axe is amazing. He was a co-founder of the Garden of Life. It's a brand that does like protein powders and supplements. So he was co-founder of that, but now he left that and has started his own private company called Ancient Nutrition, which again, if you've been watching me, you know that's the collagen powder that I use every day, as well as the soil-based organisms that I take every day. So I love what he stands for. He stands for eating real food. He's not some crazy guru. He's all for eating meat, eating whole foods. Like, he's not preaching any kind of a strict diet. He's all about eating, but just knowing what you're eating. But one of the biggest things that I learned from him was how, as a society, over the last many decades, we have lost the good bacteria in our bodies, and we now have bad bacteria that have taken over. And your immune system as a whole, 90% of your immune system in your whole body comes from your gut. Inflammation in the body causes so many diseases that we are suffering from today, and it causes pain. And the majority of the inflammation stems from our gut. So Dr. Axe talks about leaky gut and the types of different unhealthy guts that are out there that you may be suffering from, which, you know, after reading this, I knew that of the 5 that he talks about, I suffer from what is called stress gut, which, again, if you've been following me for a little bit, the colostomy that I had to have done was after my 5th bout of diverticulitis, which in my case was always caused by tons of stress in my life. It had nothing to do with food I've ever eaten. I wasn't a sufferer of any kind of bowel disease, no IBS, no Crohn's, no ulcerative colitis, nothing like that. But he talks about replacing the bad bacteria with the good bacteria and how vitally important that is to overall body health. The other book that I read was by Jordan Rubin. He was the other co-founder of the Garden of Life website and product line. And he actually suffered from Crohn's disease. Now, Crohn's disease is, according to our medical community, an incurable disease. No cure for it. he cured himself. He cured himself of Crohn's disease, all with food. So, like, you can see this picture of him. Look at that. Look at the difference. He's in his 20s when he did this. Amazing. And he did it in a short period of time, all by food and eating, not starving yourself, not getting rid of entire groups of food. Like, these guys aren't vegan. They're not vegetarians. They eat food. And I'm a lover of food. Y'all know that. If you've been following me for a while, you know my passion is the kitchen. I love to cook. I love to experiment, and I love to eat. But I've paid the price of all that rich, fattening, preservative-laden, chemical-laden food over the years. So I'm just going to give a quick synopsis of what I've done. And what I'll probably do is in future videos, I'll go into more detail on each of the elements. So I sat and wrote myself some notes. So if I'm looking down, this is what I'm looking at. So I'm a little cheat sheet here. So I talked briefly about inflammation and how it causes so many issues in your body. Also about your immunity coming from your gut. So food and a healthy gut is vitally important to your overall health and well-being. Just bottom line. So things I've taken out of my diet, gotten rid of. First one that's a big no-no is sugar. We all know that. We all know how bad sugar is for you. But what is surprising is when you start doing your research, how sugar is snuck into everything that you buy and how it has more names than just sugar. Again, I'm going to go into that deeper in other videos, but I've gotten rid of the majority of my sugar. Gluten was another one that I kind of have gotten rid of out of my diet. Now, again, if you've been following me for a while, you know Mike and I don't eat white rice, white bread, white potatoes. We haven't eaten the whites in a long time. But wheat is in a lot of products. Again, hidden in a lot of products. But depending on how the wheat is manufactured, it's extremely unhealthy, and gluten causes inflammation. I don't have a gluten intolerance. I don't have a gluten allergy. I don't have celiac disease, but I've really cut back on the amount of gluten. Am I still eating a little bit of wheat products here and there? Absolutely. Again, I haven't gotten rid of whole groups of foods completely, but severely cut back. Potatoes. Potatoes is another one. Again, if you've watched me, you know we don't eat a lot of potatoes. I will, on occasion, like if we go out to breakfast, I'll have like hash browns or home fries with an omelet. If I'm going to eat a white potato, it may occur once every month or two. That's it. And then I will eat it in the morning when I have a chance to burn off those extra carbs. For me, it's a carb thing. I know how my body reacts to carbs. It tends to hold on to weight, and they are high on the glycemic index. And I've suffered from being insulin resistant my whole life. And now I was borderline diabetic and was on diabetes medication, metformin, even though I wasn't really, like I didn't have to test my sugar. I don't have to take insulin, nothing like that. But I knew that getting rid of all those carbs, I could get off that med. And I did. I no longer take anything for my insulin resistance, nothing. So again, we don't eat potatoes. On occasion, Mike will have a sweet potato, because believe it or not, a sweet potato is lower on the glycemic index than a white potato. So he'll have a sweet potato, I don't know, once every 2 to 3 weeks. He'll have a sweet potato. Again, just that, I don't want to call it a cheat because it's still a whole food. When we eat a potato, it is a whole food. We're not denying ourselves whole foods. We're just picking and choosing which of those whole foods are better for us than others. So we eat the ones that aren't quite as good for you very, very, very sparingly. I got rid of milk in my diet. I haven't gotten rid of dairy, but I've gotten rid of milk. Again, mainly from a research standpoint, hearing and reading about what happens to cow's milk once it goes through the pasteurization and homogenization process, how it strips it of any nutritional value, and they want to label, oh, vitamin D milk. Do you know how much vitamin D is in milk? It's so minuscule, it's not worth drinking it. You're drinking so much crap that the cows are fed and chemicals that I got rid of any milk at all. And the only time I ever drank milk was in my tea anyway. So I switched to organic, unsweetened coconut milk. Even milk itself, dairy milk, has a lot of sugar in it. So again, getting rid of that also cut back on those sugars, because again, sugars are hidden in everything. So yes, got rid of milk in my diet. That also means no ice cream. Mike and I no longer eat ice cream. I will admit, it's summertime. How I would love to go down to the local soft serve and get me a little dish of ice cream, but I think about all of that sugar and then I'm like, no, I'm good. I can do without it. It's definitely a mental toughness thing, going on a journey like this and watching what you eat. Another thing we've gotten rid of in our diet is, again, a long time ago, we stopped eating factory farm meat, but that's really important. Meat that you buy at a grocery store and Walmart, it's wow. Go watch documentaries. Just go look for them on Amazon Prime, on Netflix, on Hulu, anywhere that they post documentaries, YouTube, on these factory farms and how these animals are treated. And the amount of bad bacteria, the amount of chemicals, the amount of antibiotics, the amount of growth hormones that these animals are given before they're slaughtered, and then how quickly they're slaughtered to dress them for the store, and how they're not even cleaned properly. You are eating all of that when you eat the animal. And those things are what is causing unhealthy bellies. Your gut is so unhealthy from all the crap that you eat from these animals that are just living in horrible conditions. So all my meat comes from the farmer's market, or it's organic, and I know the source of the meat. So my meat, again, farmer's market, Costco organic, and Whole Foods organic. So very picky about my meat, but mostly from locally sourced farmers markets, no factory farms. Preservatives. Now, obviously, like when you buy a canned good, salt is a preservative, so there's going to be salt in there. So not all preservatives are bad, but I'm talking chemical preservatives. Anything that you buy in the center of the grocery store, in the middle aisles, that comes in a box especially, full of chemical preservatives, toxic to your system, completely toxic to your system. And not just preservatives, but all unhealthy chemicals. Again, I've preached this before on my channel. When you're buying something, before you purchase it, flip it over and look at the ingredient list. Read every ingredient. If there's something on there that looks like it came out of a science lab, don't eat it. It's not meant for your body if it's created in a lab. Eat a real food. And then the last thing that I wrote down that we've gotten rid of in our diet is any unhealthy oils. So for example, you think by eating a salad every day at lunch is healthy. Can be, but as soon as you put any kind of commercially produced salad dressing on it, you've destroyed the benefits of the salad. Even salad dressings that are labeled as olive oil based still are containing other very unhealthy oils. The top two worst ones being soybean oil, and canola oil. Oh my goodness, please don't. You want to do only one thing I've mentioned and get rid of only one thing? The unhealthy oils is probably the biggest. Go for avocado oil, olive oil, They're the two best. Coconut oil, huge. Although you will get the coconut flavor and stuff when you cook with it. But they're gonna be your healthiest oils when you consume oil. So I eat a ton of salads. That's what I had for lunch today. And like, my dinner plates are massive. I have the big giant square dinner plates and they are huge. And it was just mounted with vegetables. Plus I added a little bit of cheese, because again, I'm not dairy free, but I buy cheese and I grate it myself. And for dressing, I add some seeds on my salad. I always love some healthy seeds. So today I had pepitas, which are raw pumpkin seeds. And I always sprinkle my salads with dill weed. Oh, that is like a fabulous flavor to add to your salad, is dill weed. But anyway, for dressing, I use right now, I'm on either balsamic vinegar or red wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar, and then extra virgin organic olive oil. Hold on, I have a call coming in I wanna not take since I'm filming. So that's what I'm eating on my salads, just vinegar and oil. Now you can find other dressings out there that don't have any of the unhealthy oils, but they are hard to find. The biggest brand that comes to mind is Primal Kitchen, which you've seen me purchase in my grocery hauls before. Primal Kitchen is strictly olive oil. So you can still find your Greek, your Italian, cilantro lime, the lemon turmeric, honey mustard. I think they even have a ranch, but don't quote me. I'm not big on ranch, but they might. But again, only avocado oil in their dressings. Sorry, now I got a voicemail and it keeps popping up on my screen. So getting rid of the unhealthy oils and eating some good quality oils. You need fat in your diet. You need sugar in your diet. You need all these things that the food industry, different pockets of it says that, oh, you gotta get rid of it all. Like keto will tell you no sugar, but they'll replace all the sugar with these sugar alcohols or fake sweeteners. And then they have your fat intake through the roof. Well, you can have too much of anything. So they were the foods that are the different things that I've gotten rid of. Also got rid of alcohol. You know, Mike and I were drinkers, not daily. Don't get concerned. But I did love my wine, and I could sit and I could drink 2 bottles of wine by myself if I'm socializing with people. And Mike was big in the vodka and whiskey. You know, we were definitely drinkers. And it's been, what did he tell me the other day? I want to say like 260 some days or something that he's had no alcohol. Hasn't been quite that long for me, but I can tell you the last time I had a drink, I had 1 margarita, and that was when Caitlin and Ryan visited, which I think was sometime in February, and this is now July. So I haven't had a drop. And out of all the things that I've gotten rid of in my diet, the wine has been the one thing where I'm like, oh shoot, I could really use a bottle or at least even a glass, because I really did like my wine. So what have I added to have weight just fall off of me? Well, first of all, I seriously increased water. I was a huge iced tea drinker. I'd start my day with my cup of hot tea, which I sweetened with turbinado sugar, which is the raw cane sugar, the brown, bigger stuff, and fat-free milk. I thought that was healthy. No, kind of wasn't. Still drink my 1 cup of caffeine a day. That's it. My hot tea in the morning. Got rid of Lipton, which is filled with pesticides, and instead switched to Tazo brand, which doesn't use pesticides. More money, but pay the farmer now, pay the pharmacy later. That's my slogan. I use stevia for a sweetener, and that's the only thing I use stevia in. Stevia can even be questionable. I know it's kind of like the sweetener of the moment, but it is still highly processed. But again, it's 1 little squirt that I put in my tea, and that's the only thing I use the stevia in. And then I add the coconut milk. And then that's it for caffeine and tea all day. I drink nothing but water after that. unless I'm having a decaf herbal tea, which I don't do often. I did yesterday, and that's the first I had a decaf herbal tea in probably at least a month. Well, probably before that, because it was probably before I had my last surgery. So I've cut back on the caffeine. Again, not for any particular reason, but I knew I needed to up my water intake. Now this is a 32-ounce bottle. I drink 3 of these a day. 96 ounces. So 3/4 of a gallon of water I drink a day. And drinking all that, I don't have room in my belly for no other liquids. And every once in a while I will have a Zevia. Again, that is sweetened with the stevia. Stevia? Yeah, they knew they were doing that. But I will have a Zevia that has no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners. It's a root beer. It's a creamy root beer that I drink, and it's clear. It's the color of water. It has no color to it, so nothing artificial in it. Every once in a while I'll have one of them if I'm craving like something sweet or like a soda or something, which obviously I don't drink any soda. But I added a ton of water. So I have added turmeric to my diet. I take turmeric every day to help with inflammation in the body, especially the knees. I take collagen every day. I went over that on my channel before. I used to take collagen pills, really didn't do much. I switched to collagen powder. I put that in my hot tea in the morning. Took about 3 weeks or more before I started seeing a difference. But now that I'm on that daily collagen, and I've been on it for a few months now, quite a few months, at least 3 months or more, I'm noticing a difference all over my body. I'm noticing it in my skin. My skin is healthier. I'm noticing it in my hair. Like, I'm having new hair growth. Look at these baby hairs. Like, my hair is getting thicker. I mentioned before, my knee surgeries are canceled. I was set for 2 knee replacements, the first one being December 10th. That got canceled because of my emergency colostomy. It doesn't have to be rescheduled. My knee pain is gone. Now that's a combination of collagen, turmeric, and losing almost 50 pounds. You know, it all adds up. Those little tiny things all add up. So again, I added collagen, I added turmeric, I'm drinking a lot more water. And this is just, again, kind of just a quick synopsis of changes that Mike and I have made in our diets. So let me sum it up. Again, I'm gonna go into more detail in other videos on breaking some of this down, but if you want a quick game plan now, go through your pantry, throw the shit away that has the bad ingredients in it. If it's filled with chemicals, throw it away. If it has any high fructose corn syrup, throw it away. I know you want to justify the fact that you've already paid money for it. Just do yourself a favor and throw it away, because you're just causing yourself medical bills down the road by still consuming this stuff. So that's where I'm going to stop yapping at the moment. I will be back when I show you my dinner and how yummy and heart healthy that's going to be. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna make some chicken kebabs. So I've cut up breast thighs, red and orange pepper, fresh pineapple, and some onion. And they are all going to be threaded on my kebab sticks. And I'm gonna lay them just on a regular baking sheet that I have sprayed with some avocado oil spray. All right, everything is on the kebabs. I did spray the tops with more of the avocado oil spray, and I'm gonna pop these in the oven at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna test my temperature on my chicken. Once the chicken is cooked through, I will stick these under the broiler for a few moments then to brown everything up. My rice is back there, a combination of brown and wild rice, already finished. My broccoli is in the pot ready to steam. I honestly don't know how I'm gonna get this lid on. Good enough. Now, the barbecue sauce that I'm gonna be using at the end, again, I've mentioned this earlier, was Primal Kitchen brand. Here's the ingredients. All food. Nothing fake, no chemicals, no high fructose corn syrup. Everything in here is good for you. And the taste is fantastic. You can find this at Whole Foods. You can get it on Thrive Market. I'm not sure what other grocery stores carry it. I think Wegmans has started carrying some of the Primal Kitchen line. But there's an example of how, let me flip you around here. But that's an example how, you can have a super healthy meal like chicken, broccoli, peppers, onions, pineapples, rice, everything's good for you, but destroy it just with one condiment. Condiments are just killers of a health journey of any kind. The like Heinz ketchups, full of high fructose corn syrup, mayonnaise. Oh, nothing more unhealthy than mayonnaise because it's loaded with canola and or soybean oil. You can get healthier versions of mayonnaise, again, made with strictly avocado oil. Primal Kitchen makes a brand, we buy a brand at Costco, it's called Sir Kensington. So there are healthier alternatives. But check out the condiments on the door of your refrigerator. You will be shocked at the garbage that's in your condiments that you use on a regular basis. All right, my chicken is reading at over 165 degrees. So I am just going to brush some barbecue sauce on here. And put that back in the oven for just a few more minutes to have everything brown up nice. Oh, that dinner was fabulous. And we have leftovers for not quite another meal for both of us, but definitely like a good serving for one of us and half a serving for the other one. Fabulous. All fresh foods. Give that one a try. So, if you're new, I'm going to insert some pictures, just a couple, of what I used to weigh 50 pounds ago. Some of them are, I'm trying to think of the ones I saved. One is just last year, one is a few years ago, but my weight never got up higher than what it was in these pictures. And it would come down a little bit, but then I gain it all right back. You know how that is when you diet and you yo-yo diet, and it comes off, and when you gain it back, you gain it all back plus more. That was always me. And again, I'm not dieting now. I just am eating whole food. So I'm going to insert those pictures here. And this is me now. Now, obviously, I'm not in the most flattering clothes at the moment. Sorry, I didn't plan this out very well. But my stomach is all but flat. I'm losing all back here on my butt. My legs are thinner. I can tell my body fat is going down because of, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but like the veins in my calves are sticking out. The veins in my arms are sticking out more than they ever have. So again, my body fat is going down as well. So yeah, I have to say, I'm pleased. So I hit the 50-pound mark. Again, not intentionally, it's just happening on its own. But I'm obviously gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So I'll continue posting more and more in-depth, more details of why I made some of the decisions I made with the different foods that I've given up and the stuff I've added. I'm by no means an expert on anything. I just have been applying research to my own personal life. And obviously everybody's body responds to stuff differently. So what works for me may not work at all for someone else. Everything comes down to your individual body and how it responds. So don't attack me and take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But it worked for me. So I'm gonna end this here. I will talk to you later. Bye.